Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. This is Justin.
Wyatt. And Monty.
Tonight we're taking a look at a cigar we reviewed in the past. I believe it was myself and Jorge that actually reviewed this cigar. The Gurkha class Regent. I believe we did it in Robusto. Tonight we're going to take a look at the Torpedo. We decided to come back to a few of our cigars, seeing that, well, to be completely honest, cigars are expensive and it's hard to buy a lot of cigars like this. And plus our palates have changed and really started to look at cigars, really get in depth with the flavors. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if I get the same flavors I did before with this. This is a gorgeous looking, looks like a little Snickers bar, honestly. It's a very strong box press cigar. It's a bit of a model wrapper. I've got some really dark brown and then some spots that are almost black. But overall, nice firm packaging. Not overly too firm in my opinion. But I mean, it just looks like a chocolate bar. Gorgeous looking cigar. Off the the aroma off the wrapper for me, I do get nice rich tobacco and a lot of sweetness to me. Very like sweet tobacco. And a bit of earth. I just really enjoy this cigar. The foot is like a lot of chocolate for me. The foot is a lot of chocolate. Why?
You know, maybe powers of suggestion, but yeah, I get a lot of chocolate sweetness off this cigar. It does almost, you know, when I pulled this out of the cellophane, it did almost kind of smell like it just opened a chocolate bar. It's really, really nice. Like Justin said, looks just like one. But yeah, on the wrapper and the foot, there's a lot of very sweet chocolate, maybe a little bit of nuttiness. But very, very nice. Like Justin said, I think I've had this cigar before. I'm not sure, but I know I didn't review it with him, so it'd be interesting to delve back into it.
Yeah, mine's a real nice, firm box press Torpedo, which I really like. It's not hard, but it's very firm. It does have a little bit of mottleness, but the seams on this thing, on mine, are almost non-existent. It's a really nice cigar. A few real super fine veins, but you know, and almost the exact same thing for me. A lot of chocolate, a lot of strong tobacco aromas off the wrapper and the foot. And off the head of the cigar, I went ahead and clipped it. To me, it's a lot of hay. You know, a real strong aroma of hay. But I've never had this cigar, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Let's get it cut up, lit up, see how it goes.
The wind's not too much. So.
Forgive us if we're a little mauled. The wind is horrible tonight. If I can get wind to work. Three and a half garage if it starts raining.
It's been a nice day all day, and now it's going to get ugly. I get like a lot of, like almost allspice, or not as sharp burning spice, but
I mean, I might have overcharred it for a second there, but I definitely pick up like an allspice or like a baker's spice.
yeah.
Mostly, I get, for me, it's like a nice woodsiness and like earthiness going in on right now. For me,
Faintest bit of pepper, real little bit of pepper on the back of my tongue.
yeah, for me, the finish dies is kind of nice, like almost like sweet coffee.
Yeah. Very coffee. It starts off very sweet and then it goes bitter almost.
Yeah, actually,
It's nice though.
very, very nice. Well, we'll battle the wind, but let's get in first third, see how it goes. Well, welcome back. We had to move into the garage. The wind and the rain started to catch up with us. But we're about 10 minutes into this Gurkha class Regent. So far, to me, it's still an excellent cigar. Very, very smooth. The smokes has a nice aroma to it. I really enjoy it. It's around a medium in body and strength for me. Flavors, that kind of baker spice or allspice that Monty had mentioned, it's still there. I don't remember really getting that flavor in the past, but I definitely get it now. Maybe it's power of suggestion. It's very, very nice. I get a nice like sweetness to it and a little bit of coffee. It's got a little earthiness to it. Overall, I'm really enjoying the smoke. It's very, very nice.
Okay.
I can't even see you. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, there you go. Look who stole my chair here. Anyway.
He gave it up!
I tried to give you this chair.
That's BS and you know it. Anyway. Yeah, I agree. You know, cigar's pretty good. Of course, we were out there in the wind, and I think the wind had some effect on my my burn, but hopefully now it'll correct itself. But yeah, it's for me got a really sweet coffee and chocolate finish. It's got a little bit of spice in there, but it kind of sits at the back of your throat right after you puff, and then it's pretty much gone afterwards. But overall, pretty good. But nothing's really jumping out and saying, "Here I am." With this cigar, this is, you know, really one of those good everyday Gurkha cigars that you can't go wrong with.
I more or less agree. I still get some of that baker spice. I get a lot of bitter coffee off it. Right now I'm getting almost no sweetness, which was a little surprising considering, you know, the aromas that I got off it earlier before we started. But it is very nice. It's very smooth. To me, it's almost bordering on full flavored, maybe a little bit heavier on the medium side, but very nice so far.
Well, let's get into the second, third approach, the midpoint. See if we get any changes. Well, welcome back. We're about halfway in this Gurkha class region. Kind of keeping a straight par for the course for me, except for those baker spices have kind of died out, and it's still, I agree with Money, it's probably bumped up to a medium to full. It's definitely got some oomph to the flavors. Overall flavor profile itself is kind of, I still get a nice subtle sweetness to it. Very, very nice. A nice bitter coffee too in the finish, and it's just very, very nice. I'm really enjoying it. I agree with Wyatt in the sense that the flavors aren't, wow, so unique and that it just draws you to the cigar. There's a lot of cigars that have these flavors, but I mean, it's still a very good cigar. I enjoy these flavors. I enjoy the construction. It's very smooth. I've had no issues, no burn problems. So, in a sense, it may not be the most unique cigar out there. It's a very, very good cigar.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's not very unique, and you know, I wasn't even really looking for something unique. But I do kind of disagree that cigar's strong. It's not very strong for me. But yeah, I mean, I pretty much what you get in the first puff is what you're going to get throughout the rest of the cigar. There's, you know, nothing wrong with that. But I would probably rate this as a really good task cigar. Not really not a golf stick, because you know it is a good cigar and it warrants your attention. But definitely something that I could see like smoking after lunch, you know, or if you're just driving around, or I don't know, you know, whatever it is you like to do when you smoke a cigar. This would be good, but not necessarily a good, you know, end of your day wow factor type of cigar.
I agree somewhat with Wyatt. I think this is overall a pretty good cigar, and I think it's certainly a really good value for the price that Justin paid for it. It's been very straightforward though. The last few inches have just been all, to me, pretty bitter coffee, bitter chocolate. I don't get much sweetness at all from it. I never really have. The construction's been really nice. The burn has been excellent. It's pretty firm white ash. That spice that I talked about earlier it's definitely kind of diminished somewhat. It's not gone, but it's not there like it originally was. But I'm definitely enjoying the cigar. I really like it so far.
Well, let's get in the final third and see if we get any changes. Welcome back. We're at the final third of this class region, and again, no real flavor changes, and really no changes at all. It's kind of still the same cigar it was at the halfway point, but that's not a bad thing. To me, it's an overall very, very good stick. I'd agree that it's not a quintessential end-of-your-day cigar. It's not super complex, but it is good. I think it could fill that role of the end of the day if, you know, that's what you have. I think feels that roll very, very nicely. It's a good afternoon cigar. It might be a little heavy for the mornings. I think it's a little too, I don't want to say a little too good, but the quality is there and it warrants your attention to really be a task cigar. Puts out ample amounts of smoke. It's very aromatic. I really enjoy the cigar. The main falter is that it is not very complex. The flavors that are there are pretty much the same flavors from the start, and there is no roll change. You know, it isn't super coffee and then dies down and the sweetness picks up. It's all kind of, you know, one-dimensional, straightforward. If I was going to rate it, I'd give it a 7.5. I really enjoy it. I really like it. It's something I think that is a great everyday knock-around stick. I think I ended up paying for these torpedoes $2.50 a stick. I think that's a hell of a deal. You can't beat it for that price. You're not going to find something of this quality at that price very often. Just my opinion. Overall, 7.5. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, $2.50, that's a no-brainer for this cigar. Never any construction problems, which is especially impressive. You probably heard earlier the wind we were having outside. But yeah, it fixed itself, got pretty much a razor thin or razor sharp burn all the way through. But yeah, you know, maybe the cigar isn't a task cigar per se, but I could see this being a very good chaser cigar. You know, if you have really, really powerful Maduro at the end of your day, you still want another stick. This would be a good thing for that. And you know, again, it would be a higher quality type of task cigar. I wouldn't take this out of the golf course, but I'd go just a little bit lower. I'd give it a 7. It's solid construction, very smooth smoke, very tasty. You know, we always say Gurkha's pretty hit or miss. This is one of those good ones that's kind of in the middle. It's not, you know, hit. It's definitely not a miss. It's just a good all around, like Justin said, knock around type cigar. Interesting.
I agree. I really enjoyed this cigar. I agree with, it's not a morning cigar by any means. It's not a light cigar, but it's nothing that's gonna, you know, knock you on your butt and keep you in your chair for the next 2 hours. And I do agree with the idea that this was a super good buy on Justin's part. I'd have no problem paying $5 or $6 for this cigar all the time, you know. And I do think for me personally, it's a cigar that I'd be willing to keep it around and smoke, you know, depending on how often I'm smoking, once a week or once every 2 weeks easily. It's not complex. It's been the same for me throughout, pretty much. You know, right at the first there's a little bit of that baker's spice, allspice type thing, but in the faintest bit of pepper right at the start. But after that, I just went to the real bitter, chocolate bitter coffee. And if I may, that phrase or the word bitter, you know, it's kind of looked down upon, but it is an actual flavor profile, and I do enjoy it in a cigar, and it's been real consistent. So I don't think people should get hung up on that word bitter. Like I said, I really enjoy it. It's been a real straightforward cigar. The construction's been great. You know, the first 10 minutes we smoked it, we were out in a pretty stiff wind that would normally screw up a cigar, and I haven't had any issues then or all the way through it. I'm going to stick with 7.5. I'll go with what Justin said. It's not an amazing cigar, but it's definitely one that's worth keeping around.
Well, in conclusion, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, smoke them if you got them.